We really wanted to take some time to highlight one client in particular, who recently was interviewed by our own Josh Peach on how he and his community have dealt with COVID-19 operational changes and preparedness. Chris Phillips is from City of Mount Vernon in Washington. He's the Director of Development Services and also a Navy veteran. He and his team have been Dude clients and advocates since 2016. Hey, Chris, we're happy to have you.
Hi.
So, Chris, we've had such positive feedback from the podcast that you did with Josh recently. I appreciate you taking a few moments today to talk about how you've managed your operations really during this unprecedented time for us all. And the role of technology has taken on a new meaning. It's allowed teams to communicate and continue operations completely remote. It was easy to find on your website the city's response to COVID-19 and how readily available it is for citizen access. So can you take a few minutes to walk through how you and your teams prepped and adjusted to operating in the digital space really throughout the past few months?
Absolutely, Anna. And just a shout out to Chuck and Daniel, and you can't get enough dad jokes. So appreciate that. I thought it was good.
Right.
From our perspective up here in Mount Vernon, as I had shared with Anna and a few others, is the fact that we really flatten the organization as much as we can. So a chain of command or a traditional chain of command or hierarchy, really when we get into a crisis management issue, is something that it's an all hands on deck type of way of formulating a plan, figuring out what technologies are there and how we can sit there and best address and continue service to the city. It was probably about 2 years ago that we transitioned from mounted computers to laptops, and really the facilitation there was so that we could conduct webinars, we could do web training. We completely redid a conference room that we work with our public on for our pre-application meetings, or if we're doing pre-con type meetings. State-of-the-art smart board. So we had all the technology that we could do, and then also integrated our GIS team there. So the City of Mount Vernon is fortunate enough to not only have Maintenance Edge, because we are a facility renewal piece, so I run facilities for the city. But we also have SmartGov, which is the new permitting tool that is part of the Dude Solutions network. And then the last one is our Public Works Department just recently transitioned over to Asset Essentials. So we have a little bit of everything here from all three Dude products. For my specific team, we had to sit there and look at how we did functionality with City Hall being open to doing everything basically virtually. And we have been doing a work from home product for our managers, our 3 division managers that work in the department. So that was not an issue. We knew the technology was there, that could work, but not on a large scale. So we took each one of the different processes that we would do from permit intake. We created an FTP site to be able to exchange information with our customers, our developers. As this pandemic was evolving and City Hall was shut down, we instituted virtual inspections so that our folks were using Skype to be able to go out. And there's a whole laundry list of items that we had on our website that folks needed to have, because we didn't want people actually going into homes to inspect certain things. Be one thing if it was single family residential and it was outside, but when you're going into an interior places, we were trying to figure out what exactly was COVID and how it was transmitted from person to person. We really thought about the safety of our particular staff. Other things that we had incorporated were workstations, mobile workstations. So the vehicles that we have here all have mobile Wi-Fi, so you could undock your laptop in the morning after checking your inspections that you have in the afternoon, or the afternoon prior. You could get into the car, you've got your technology right there, your Wi-Fi station with your laptop. Android phones was the choice that our inspectors wanted to have, so you could be out in the field if you needed to do that. As COVID took part, we just basically transitioned, as I mentioned, to Skype only for doing permits, and that's what we're doing today as well. Other things we did, we use Zoom. So our pre-application meetings and our pre-con meetings are now done via Zoom, which has been a wonderful tool. And then there's a few other things that we've incorporated as lessons learned along the way, as it's been very iterative. So where parts of Skagit County and Mount Vernon is just the hub for that particular county, other city seats were basically closing doors and shutting down. We were still able to be out there working with our development community. And then as things evolved with the governor as it related to the Stay Home, Stay Healthy initiative, we've been able to work with that. And we just last Friday, he came out with another restart of construction. So we've seen a huge ramp up of inspections and other permitting activity. So I forgot to also mention a third of my workforce, much like the private industry, we've laid off. So we're doing more with less, but tracking a variety of information right from SmartGov that can provide us key indications. So we look at submitted permits, permits that are issued, the number of inspections, easily to take that information out to a spreadsheet, put it into a graph, because a lot of the council members or our senior leadership, a picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm able to get all that information, and we're just tracking the data to know when we can actually start bringing folks back in.